Bree from Jem Social, and if you are a brand still chasing influencers that have millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, shoot, even 70, 80, 90,000 followers, I need you to hear this before you spend another dollar. So studies have showed, and I have this pulled up on my phone as well because I think this is really interesting, right? Studies have showed that after analyzing over 17,000 influencer campaigns, which we noticed on our platform too, but we actually looked at what other marketplaces did too, as well, right? Okay. After 17,000 influencer campaigns were found, something that flipped the industry on its head was that micro influencers with 10 to 50,000, well, 10,000 to 50,000 followers outperformed mid-tier influencers by 46%. And nano influencers, right? Hold on. With 1,000 followers to 10,000 followers generated 49.7% higher engagement than micros did. So what does that tell us, y'all? What does that tell us? Come here. That means that you should be working with small creators. That means if you're a local business, a SaaS, a small business, even a side hustler that is just now getting started, influencers are great for you, but small creators are even better, right? Because they have communities that are trusted, that they're building organically, and people find them relatable. I will always talk about the relatability for this. So let's get into the tutorial now that we've prefaced with that, because I want to make sure that when you're using Jem Social, that you're using it right. You know, I don't want you to just go on here and try to book the big mega influencers, mid-tier creators, macro influencers. You don't need to be working with Kim Kardashian right now. You don't need to be working with athletes right now. You need to find a solid content market fit with creators, and you can do this affordably because you're working with smaller creators, right? This doesn't mean to just be offering them a crappy price now. Let's not take advantage, but stats show that obviously you can work with creators and get a higher ROI with small creators because they're getting started. They're still looking for opportunities. You're looking to find content market fit. So why not make it a thing, right? So let's just go straight into tutorial now. So this will be fairly simple. When you log in, you'll click on Influencer Finder, which I'm already on here. Typically it'll land on your dashboard, but it's best for you to go to the Influencer Finder for this particular tutorial. And we've given out different examples. We've done the spas, we've done restaurants. So let's act like we are let's act like we're a sporting goods store, right? Sports are in, Astros are playing down here in Houston, so we'll just go with that. Then you might be looking for people that are into sports, fitness, athletes, but they could be small creators. Don't forget, right? So if I was to go shopping, I typically probably would believe those fitness influencers or even athletes, right, that have that community following them, right? I would believe that they're more trustworthy. So I'm just going to put fitness up here because now a lot of fitness influencers have fitness in their bios, right? Then we're going to get down to location. Well, if you're a local store, maybe you're not franchised, but if you're a local store, you probably want to just put in your location right here. But if you are a store that's franchised and you're just doing this in general for like some kind of franchise reason, then you could put United States, right? But in this case, I would put Houston, Houston, Texas, because I live here in Houston, right? So I'll have this populate. I think my Wi-Fi is off. Gonna take a pause here. All right, so if I was looking for a small creator that was promoting fitness, because maybe you have a sporting goods store, right? Then I would make sure that I put fitness here in the bio. I would put the location that you're based out of right here in location. And then scrolling down, if you want to work with creators who also have TikTok, then make sure that you're selecting this. Our base starts with those Instagram folks because we're able to pull more data out of it. But next would be TikTok. So if you want them to have TikTok and Instagram, then make sure you select both of that. Maybe you want them to be on YouTube too. The more, the merrier. Because remember, creators are like your internal PR system. That's a high, like, I always have to remind people about that. So the more content you get, the better, right? And then, because like I said, small creators, nano influencers outperformed micro influencers, right? So I would work with nano influencers to start. So that way it's going from 1,000 to 10,000 followers, right? So now we have fitness in here. Now we got Instagram and TikTok. We got 1 to 10K. I left the location open because, you know, if you're a sporting goods store, maybe you're a franchise, maybe you are local, but you can put your city or you can put the country. It pulls out both. And now we have a good list of fitness influencers, right? I could just tell just taking a look at this. Now we have a good list of fitness influencers. Now, please don't be discouraged by poor match. Poor match is because we set up our account a certain way. So this system is confused on why fitness influencers are being pulled up, because we don't look for fitness influencers to promote Jem Social. Your account will be tailored to what you're looking for. So keep that in mind. So that's just a setting, but this should not pop up for you, because when you're onboarding, you should already be allowing our AI to find the right influencers for you. But at times you maybe switch up campaigns. Maybe you want mommies to come in to the store to promote a Mother's Day sale, fathers to come in to promote. Maybe you want fathers in fitness, mothers in fitness, you know, people who go to run clubs, you know, so there's different reasoning. So you just keep that in mind. Don't let that bother you too much. So this is a quick way to find small creators on Jem Social. Now, if you want to filter by, you know, their followers or their engagement or relevancy, which I believe engagement and relevancy are very important, then you can do so. Just click on order by. And now we're going to order by, you know, engagement, whether it's ascending or descending. So by the lowest or the highest, you know, engagement rate. I encourage you guys to go by the highest engagement rate, not the lowest, you know. So I would put this like this instead. And now let's see how this list is popping up. All right, so it's a little scattered. So we'll look into that. So editor, just take this part out. Just let them know. Just keep it at, you know, ordering by engagement rate. And I'm going to go back and talk about relevancy. Another thing that you could do is you could order by relevancy too, because you want to make sure it is relevant as close as possible to what you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for fitness creators with, you know, a solid engagement rate and a solid, you know, follower rate, you know, no more than 10,000, like you want to make sure it's as relevant as possible. But engagement rate is very, very important, as well as relevancy. So how about this? How about you guys give it a try? How about you go onto the app, you know, and look for small creators today, you know, in your niche, you know, so that way ideal customers that are following them start trusting your brand so they can shop from it. Really excited. Can you tell me what you guys do, what your brand does, and have you used influencers before? You know, have you had some wins? Have you had some losses? Let me know in the comments, and I'm excited to get more into more case studies.